Hey guys, I didn't really plan anything to say today, so if this video ends up being another mindless ramble, let me know. Sorry about that ahead of time. I'm really bad at planning things out, and you know how much I really love editing. Uh, so spring break ended for me last Monday, so this is my second week back from school, and I hate breaks so much. Like, I mean, I love breaks because I love getting a break from school, but I hate them in the sense that it's like, oh my god, I just spent a week doing absolutely nothing, and now you expect me to go back to school? So it's been difficult. Like, I've just kind of given up on my reading. I had this I had this plan that second semester I was going to do all my reading for my public affairs class. Like, I was really gonna stick with it. Have I? I think I've done the reading 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I just kind of gave up on it. But and Russian, like, I haven't been doing my homework, but ow, sorry, I just got a stabbing pain in my arm. Haven't been doing my homework, but I'm still doing well in the class. My teacher really likes me. Though we did kind of get bitched out today for not being very good at pronouncing things. And considering I definitely botched the dialogue I had to read during class, I think that was somewhat directed at me, but that's okay. That is something I can fix. I just need to work my pronunciation. Whatever Russian test on Wednesday, so gotta work on that. What do I have to say? Oh, I have, in my writing class, we have to do a research project as our research paper as our final project, and my rough draft of my bibliography is due on Monday, and I haven't even completely defined my question yet. Because what I want to write about, well, the class is on national identity and the idea of nationalism and having a national identity. It's focused on American national identity in the class, but we can write on anything we want. Like, there's a girl, I think, writing on British national identity in the 16th century, so good luck with that one. But what I'm going to do is the idea of the Christian nation, how we have this, there's like this unspoken and sometimes spoken notion that America is a Christian nation built on Christian ideals. And so I kind of want to take one of two paths. I want to do one path, like, doing the origin of this, how it came to be, what truth there is to it, what the myth of it is, what's used to support this. But that's very broad, so I do want to like narrow it down a little. But also this other side is like the resurgence of it in the 1960s, 50s, and 60s during the Cold War, where we have things like One Nation Under God added into our pledge, which was not originally part of the pledge. We have oh, what's on the money? Do I have a coin here? Oh, In God We Trust, added to the money instead of what was originally a Latin phrase that I can't recall at the moment. And like, there's this quote that George Bush, I think it's George Bush Sr., not Jr., said. He was interviewed, and like, someone asked him if atheists should be considered Americans because they don't believe in God, and he said something to the effect of like, no, they shouldn't. So this is a very interesting discourse on if America's a Christian nation and you're not a Christian, what does that mean, and how much society accepts this. So again, I need a more like narrow focus paper because it's only a 12-page paper, so I can't exactly go batshit crazy on this. But it's definitely something I'm interested in. But I gotta work on that. I gotta work on that because we also have another paper due on Wednesday, just a rough draft, but I haven't started on that either. So tomorrow is going to be a long day of essay writing, and I can't. And unlike the last essay, I cannot procrastinate until 10 p.m. because I have a Russian test on Wednesday, and I need to study my ass off for that because we're doing the dative case, and I'm not prepared. I think that's pretty much all my classes. Econ is fine. I don't even go to econ half the time. I don't know, I've gotten really bad about that. Oh, so I guess one thing to talk about is my birthday. My birthday was on last Thursday, March 14th. Also Pi Day and Albert Einstein's birthday, for your information. And thank you to everyone who told me happy birthday. Thank you to everyone who wrote a message in the chat box or sent me a PM or talked to me in AIM or something. Just thanks, guys. It was a really good birthday. I only had a couple classes, so I gotta chill out. My friends, we went to an Indian restaurant that night because Indian's my favorite kind of food, except for maybe sushi. No, Indian wins. Indian's the best. And then afterwards we went to see Les Mis at the campus theater, which is free. It's movies that have like been out for a while that are about to come on DVD. And last night actually I saw Lincoln, which was playing, and it was really good. This is like, okay, I'll get back to Lincoln in a second. I'm gonna continue talking about my birthday, but my parents had some cupcakes delivered to me from the MSU bakery, so that was nice. I actually still have some of them. Actually, I'll show them to you because they're cute. So, I will try to go like that so you can see it. Sorry about the glare. It says happy 19th birthday. There was one that said Elizabeth, but I ate it. Then some flowers, so really cute. I have a balloon over there, a helium balloon that says happy birthday on it, but I'm not gonna get that. So yeah, it was a really good birthday. One thing that did sort of piss me off, but it's been remedied, is that my best friend from Utah, she never talked to me on my birthday. She didn't send me a message. She didn't send me a Facebook message. She didn't send me a text. I didn't hear from her at all. Like 3 days later, I was like, seriously? I mean, I'm not the kind of person that gets really like into birthdays. That's her, which is kind of what surprised me. She makes a huge deal out of birthdays. Like, she always goes way out. She was always the friend to like conduct these huge elaborate celebrations for me where like they'd kidnap me from my house and take me to the spa, and then they like blindfolded me and took me down to IKEA, and we had a scavenger hunt in IKEA. That was my 18th birthday. It was a lot of fun. And so I was just really surprised that I didn't hear from her, because I know how much she cares about birthdays and how it frustrates her that I just don't give a shit. But I didn't hear from her, and I was getting like really pissed just because I was like, I've been your best friend for years and you can't remember my birthday. And then the other day, she sent me a text, I think it was yesterday, saying like, oh my god, I feel like such a bad friend, happy birthday, 3 days late. And I was like, really? Because I actually predicted that she would forget my birthday. I was talking to Molly Ann on AIM, and I was like, this is the day before my birthday, and I was kind of laughing, like, yeah, my friend will probably forget. And she did. So that's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Not happy. But, I mean, I understand. She has a very busy life, and so I kind of forgive her, but at the same time, I'm side-eyeing her, because she was on Facebook that day, and I got like 1 million messages, so I'm like, how did you forget? But it's okay, we've been talking, and I forgive her. So, that's all over with. 19? Next year will be 20, so I'm almost done with my teens. That's kind of a strange thought. But what I want to talk about is, I guess, the last thing I'll talk about, because I need to actually get my reading done, get some dinner, and then I want to go to work out at the cardio room, because I've been like actually trying to do some exercise. I've been taking a ballet class, which is really fun. Like, I will show you the progress of my arch. So, that's really bad. Okay, I'll do it from, oh god, you can't see it from that side. So, that is where I am. It's getting there. So, glad you enjoyed that shot of my feet. But yeah, I got stuff to do tonight, so I need to wrap this up so I can get to work on my Russian and my blog post. Not blog post, discussion post for one of my classes. But, oh, sorry. Last night I went to see Lincoln with my friend, again at the free theater on campus, and it was really good. Like, I don't know, I was surprised because I was expecting it to be really boring, to be honest. But no, it was really good. I think Daniel Day-Lewis did deserve the Oscar. I mean, I didn't really see any of the other movies, so I can't really comment on if he was the most deserving, but I can see why he won it now that I've seen it. It was a very good portrayal. I do think it glamorized Lincoln a bit, made him seem like sort of this crusader against slavery, made him seem like this really anti-racist, where Lincoln was just as racist as all the other people of the time period. I mean, he wasn't some saint, and it was kind of like, and I portrayed him in a little bit of a white knight thing, which I find sort of problematic, but besides that, very good. And the whole movie, I didn't actually have any idea what the movie was about before I saw it, so when I realized the whole movie is about the passage of the 13th Amendment, for you non-Americans who didn't watch my Constitution video, which was hella long, so I don't blame you. 13th Amendment is the amendment that abolished slavery in the United States. It was passed during the Civil War. It was passed right before the end of the Civil War. And 14th and 15th, which came relatively soon afterwards, were basically giving enfranchised blacks and were like some civil rights sort of things. So the whole movie was about the passage of the 13th Amendment, and how they didn't think it was possible, and what they did in order to pass it, and it focused on a couple, Thaddeus Stevens, who was a very famous Republican from, I think, Illinois. I'm not 100% sure though. By the way, also, for you Americans or non-Americans, Republican and Democrat in the 1860s is not the same as Republican and Democrat today. They are very different, and in a lot of ways they've kind of switched. Like, the old Republican is almost more like the current day Democrat and vice versa. But I don't know, it's very complicated. But either way, a lot of people will be like, modern people are like, who are Republicans will be like, well, the Democrats were pro-slavery back in the day. Actually, most people don't use this, but I have heard this a couple times, and I'm like, bitch, the parties aren't even the same. You can't use that. So, anyway, yeah, it was really good. It did drag at parts, and after a while you're like, oh my god, like, this is getting boring. Like, how much longer can we go on this one topic? But it was good. It was better than expected, so thumbs up for that one. But it's definitely one of those movies that, like, it's good to see once, but I won't be like renting it or watching it again probably for a long time. So that is all I have to say, and this video is getting very long, like all my videos. I should probably just start by saying, like, I promise no short videos, because it's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna go, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.